our new BC champions, John
That'll
Morris.
do it. Welcome back to the Brier, Cotter. It's a final win for Team Morris.
I think everything happens for a reason. You know, like I really can't really hold any regrets about anything I've ever done with curling, just because I've made a lot of games that a lot of people love to be in, and I always sit there and say, like, I dreamed about those moments as a kid, and I got to live out a bunch of them.
So Tyrel being asked just to do the straight peel again. You can bet Team Morris again, counting rocks.
Clean, you're good. Clean. That's real fat. Good boy, Ty. Good shooting. Good shooting, Ty.
Back when I was a kid, I was about 11, and I was playing a ton of sports, not just curling. Wasn't really on my mind, and I was looking for something to kind of fill my schedule, I guess, with my plan. And I was in basketball, volleyball, football, and a ton of other sports. And curling, I'd gone a few times when I was a kid with my dad, and had a blast. I was really small at the time. I couldn't push the rock very far, but I wanted to go out and try it again, and I joined just the junior league in Kelowna. Basically, after a few years in this junior league, just playing once a week, I started to really find, I was really enjoying being competitive with it. So I started playing in just some juvenile playdown. My first kind of big one, I guess, was when I was 15. I never really played much, and then Jock Tyrel, the Kelowna Curling Club manager, asked me to join their team with Ryan Kuhn, Cam Watt, and Steve Bauer. We ended up making the Canadian Championship, and it was a lot of fun. We finished 4th in Canada that year. I thought we were going to win it, actually. It was pretty heartbreaking at the end, but it just made me hungry to come back again. And just great teammates kind of got me through juniors, and I had a blast. And again, my last year, we had a great year, and we lost the Canadian final. And again, I was like, well, now what? I was so hungry, and I wanted to get that one more win, but just pushed me again into men's, and I had some really cool offers, in my first few years of men's. And then Jim came and asked me to play with him. It was life-changing, probably. Not just on the curling ice, but off the ice. He's just a phenomenal man. So a guy that you can learn a lot from. The 2013 Olympic trials, John Morris came and joined our squad, and that was, again, I'm lucky to play with phenomenal teammates. He's one of the best curlers of all time, and he taught me a lot. And we basically defied kind of what everybody believed in our team, what they thought we were going to be. And after we lost that game, it just didn't feel real. And it still really kind of doesn't. I didn't play my best. I know that was probably only one of my worst games that I wish I could come back and have again. But also, again, learning from that game, it's actually made me a better player. So, immediately after I got back from the trials, I took some time off, and I worked really hard in January with Pat Ryan on a couple things in my delivery. And I played the best curling of my life probably a few months later at the Brier, and we again made it right to the final. BC Brier, that one there was special. I had so many friends, family that came to the game, and it was just one of the coolest experiences. And even though we lost, I still look at that as probably being my favorite curling week of my life. The thing I love about the game is it's a 4-person journey, and everybody in the team has to commit to that journey. So the experiences and friendships you make from that, and what you go through as a team, the highs and the lows, some of those things you'll remember forever. The winning part, it's only a moment, and the losing part is only a moment, but the journey itself, and friendships, and all those things that you make are what makes curling, that's what you're going to remember.